So, if you're all waiting for a longer battle to watch of mine, here we go. This one's about 7 minutes. I'm battling a Akatsuki 9 from the Pojo forums, and he's been asking about it for a while. So anyway, I lead with Aerodactyl and use Taunt, and that stops his sleep powder from going off. That's kind of cool. I'm thinking what I want to do here, and eventually I decide to Stone Edge, but he switches into Hippodon, and I miss. The miss doesn't really matter, it would have barely scratched Hippodon. So I taunt it so it can't roar me away or something gay like that, so that's cool. And then I set up the Stealth Rock, so that's cool. The Ice Fangs, that does about half. Decent damage, I guess. But I send in Aerodactyl now to lower his attack. He misses with Ice Fang, but it would have done abysmal damage anyway. Gyarados can counter this Torterra, especially after the taunt. I saw the taunt wore off, so I taunted again, and he switched into Rose Rage. That's pretty cool. Because now I'm pretty sure the Rose Rage doesn't have something to hurt me. And I use Dragon Dance here. And in comes something I didn't really want to see, Magnezone. This is a problem mainly because Gyarados, that thing has high defense, and Gyarados can't probably KO with Waterfall. In fact, I know it can't. And I know I'm going to get Thunderbolted, and that would be the end to Gyarados. I don't want him to die quite yet, so I switch into Garchomp, and he does use the Thunderbolt, so that's cool. He has to switch out here, because he knows he's going to take an Earthquake to the face, and he switches in Hippodon, which eats the Earthquake pretty well. It's rare that I have to fight one of my old guys, and boy was it a pain in this battle. I'm really sorry to anybody I put this much pain to because of this guy. But he slacks off, so now he's at full health. It's kind of gay. I guess he expects me to attack him. But okay. So I switch into Gyarados, who, as you know, walls this Hippodon, apparently. And I taunt it, but it turns out to be a Magnezone. And most Magnezones are actually carrying, like, Substitute and sometimes Magnet Rise, so it's not a bad idea to taunt it. Like, it's not a bad thing for it to be taunted. I switch into Celebi, but he expects that and uses a Hidden Power Ice. Because he expected to switch into Garchomp. And I liked how much damage that did, because that means after a Calm Mind, I can survive one. And Celebi is definitely faster than Magnezone, who has abysmal speed. And so I survive one, and now I can just recover the damage. That's nice. He did lose his taunt, but I'm not really afraid of anything that he could do. But so I recover as he switches into Rose Raid. I guess he was kind of expecting the Leech Seed for some reason. So I use Psychic here, knowing that it's going to KO a Rose Raid, and it outspeeds me, so that tells me it's timid. And that's annoying because now my Celebi is asleep. So I wasn't able to Psychic it. And I don't know what it's going to do. I have a pretty good idea it's going to try to set up some Toxic Spikes, but I just want to see what it does, because Toxic Spikes isn't going to hurt me that badly right now. At least one layer. I'm still asleep. So I decided to switch up here. It would be really annoying if he set up that second layer of Poison Spikes, but still. So I switch into Lucario, and he uses Hidden Power Fire, which hurts Lucario a lot, to say the least. But I'm able to get a KO on Roserade using Extreme Speed. Too bad Lucario doesn't do as nearly as much as he usually does in this battle. He was able to counter it quite nicely, because he sends out this Hippodon, and I decided to get as much damage as possible with close combat. And he finishes off Lucario with Earthquake. And I switch in something that's not going to let this Hippodon heal that damage. I send in Deoxys Speed. Now, obviously he's going to switch out here, but I do still kind of want to use Ice Beam. That's what I do. Like I knew he had Magnezone. And here I get like 2 useless crits. I get this crit, which doesn't really matter because I still have to use Focus Blast for when I KO it. So that's kind of a useless crit. And then I get a crit on the Focus Blast itself, which was unnecessary. I could have easily gotten neither of those crits and still KO'd that Magnezone. But that's life, I guess. He sends in Suicune, and I'm going to Thunderbolt it, knowing it's probably going to be a 2-hit KO, and I'm very thankful that this thing doesn't have special defense EVs, apparently. It looks like it's bulky, but more geared toward defense, so that's pretty cool. And I think he's going to switch out here, obviously, but I really need to use the Thunderbolt if I want to kill it. And he's switching to Duck Trio, a guy I haven't seen yet. And Duck Trio is pretty ridiculous. And I know it's banded, and it's bad that my Deoxys died now, because he gets to choose the move now. And I switch in Garchomp, and decide to go for the Outrage. I already saw a Steel and I already killed it, so I don't think that he has something that can counter Outrage anymore. And he has Hippowdon still, but at the life he's at, it's not a problem for Garchomp to get rid of. And he stays in, I guess, as leaving his Hippo as death fodder. He didn't want to lose something else, because it was more important to him than that Hippowdon. And he sends out Duck Trio again, and I have to stay in because of Arena Trap and try to use Outrage, but I don't hit through the confusion, and my Garchomp goes down due to the poison, so that's pretty annoying. But now that I know he's locked into Earthquake, I send in Gyarados, so I can get the free Dragon Dance, so that's pretty cool. He sends in Suicune, but I get the free Dragon Dance, which helps a lot. And I know that Waterfall, even though he does resist it and probably has defense EVs, is going to kill him at this point, obviously. So I just use it. Figuring if I use like Stone Edge and he decides to switch out to like Duck Trio, it would be a problem. Well, not really, because now I outspeed Duck Trio because of my Dragon Dance. So I outspeed it and just kill it. I ran a quick speed calculation and I knew I outspeeded it because I have speed EVs in the Gyarados. And he switches in last guy Infernape, and that obviously isn't going to be a problem to Gyarados. So, good game, Katsuki. Hope to have another battle soon.